NCIS, Tony and Ziva, S1XE7, Jonah's flood of warrants tightens the noose on Tony and Ziva in Paris. Analysis of NCIS, Tony and Ziva Season 1 Episode 7, Jonah's aggressive warrant strategy. NCIS, Tony and Ziva Season 1 Episode 7, Dark Mirror, which aired on Paramount Plus on October 2, 2025, is the subject of this analysis. This episode is a crucial part of the spin-off's 88% Rotten Tomatoes rating run because of its high-stakes espionage, seductive Tiva moments, and Jonah Markham's, Julian Ovenden, strategic power maneuvers. If you haven't seen it yet, catch up first. In the 45-minute episode, which was written by Frank Cardea and directed by Norberto Barba, Jonah, the renegade former Secretary General of Interpol, issues a flurry of warrants to corner Ziva David, Cote de Pablo, and Tony Donoso, Michael Weatherly, turning their Paris trip into a lethal minefield. Using summaries from Collider, Primetimer, Sportskeeda, The Wrap, and fan reactions on X and Reddit, we analyze Jonah's warrant strategy, its effects on the story, and its consequences for the season below. All information is current as of October 5, 2025, 3:59 p.m. West Africa time. Recap of the episode with very few spoilers. Tony and Ziva go undercover in Paris in Episode 7, pretending to be a high society couple in order to break into a reigning fire tech expo and foil Jonah and Martine Aranos, Nassima Benchiku, scheme to kill CEO Aaron Graves, Sean Pertwee, and take control of his drone company. Their animosity is fueled by flashbacks that show Martine's pain in Syria and Jonah's made-up Balkan tragedy. Ziva's confrontation with Ziva in the cafe breaks Martine's devotion, while ally Boris, Maximilian Asinski, decodes a chip that reveals Jonah's lies. As Tony and Ziva defend their daughter Tali, Isla Gie, Jonah tightens the screws by issuing many Interpol orders and painting them as terrorists. An expo showdown is hinted at in the episode's cliffhanger ending. Jonah's strategy for the warrant, securing the noose using his former Interpol influence to portray Tony and Ziva as global fugitives. Jonah's choice to obtain many warrants in Episode 7 is a brilliant deception move. This is how it happens and why it's important. The warrants mechanisms, presenting Tiva as terrorists. Jonah utilizes falsified digital traces connected to the Episode 1 cyber attack on Tony's Salis Mondial company to get Interpol red notices against Tony and Ziva early in the episode while holed up in a secret Montmartre hideaway. These warrants, which Boris learned about through a tense radio intercept, charged them with cyber crime, terrorism, and planning the prison break in Episode 5. Jonah's calculated ruthlessness, according to Collider, involves using his former Interpol contacts to send out alerts to European law enforcement, making sure that Tony and Ziva's images are displayed around Paris, literally, as CCTV displays show their mugshots during a stakeout. Jonah's terrifying statement, "Let the world hunt them," emphasizes his goal of enticing them by preventing their obscurity. A public trap that affects Tony and Ziva's mission. Tony and Ziva are forced by the warrants to pretend to be a power couple at the reigning Fire Expo prep. Their infiltration is made more difficult by the fact that every Interpol agent and Parisian street camera becomes a threat. The pressure is highlighted by a near miss at a metro station, when Ziva's rapid disguise change saves them. Primetimer describes the crescendo as pulse-pounding. The warrants also put a strain on their undercover operation. Tony is spotted by a junior Interpol investigator during their gala cover, which exposes them and results in a breathless rooftop chase, where Ziva's parkour really shines. Tiva must use Boris's hacked drones to avoid capture, which tightens the noose, according to Sportskeeda, but it costs them time to foil Jonah's expo assassination plot. Tiva's bond is being strained by personal and emotional fallout. The warrants exacerbate Tiva's trust difficulties, which are already severe due to Ziva's fictitious death in NCIS Season 11. Warrants everywhere, and we're still playing catch-up, your secrets aren't helping. Tony yells during a safehouse confrontation, alluding to Ziva's covert 2014 Paris therapy, with James Lance as a guest star. "You think I wanted this life for Tali," is Ziva's response, which links the warrants' pressure to their anxieties about co-parenting. This is praised by TV Fanatic as messy authenticity, demonstrating how Jonah's strategy emotionally distances them. Strategic intelligence and the fracture of villains. Jonah's warrants are psychological as well as tactical, they are intended to expose his planned hit on Graves and flush Tony and Ziva into the open. However, they backfire. Ziva takes advantage of Tali's seclusion from Martine, who detests hurting children, in their cafe altercation by displaying evidence that Jonah targeted Tali. According to the rap, Martine's surprise, "He's lying to me," hints at desertion. This is Jonah's Achilles heel, according to Fandom Wire, since his overreach, hiding Tali's targeting, shatters their alliance and gives Tiva a fighting chance. Seasonal consequences. Escalation of the mission. Paris is turned into a minefield by the Warrants, making Episode 8, Face Value, October 9th, a do-or-die expo battle. Tiva has to outsmart Interpol while putting an end to Jonah's lethal drone. Dynamics of the villain. Reddit users speculate that Martine's doubt may change her into an ally. Jonah's warrants pushed Martine too far, she's turning. October 3, 2025, r/NCIS. The Warrants' thematic resonance is reminiscent of the show's concept of trust. Jonah betrays Martine, while Tiva struggles with her prior deceit, according to Collider. Critical Perception. Primetimer describes the warrant-driven suspense as a game changer that ratchets up stakes.